Thank you. Crikey. I went to Crown Hill Secondary Modern and after failing the 11 plus and left school at 15 to be a soccer player. So, speaking in the Oxford Union, me mum would be so sodding proud if she knew it existed. The theme that I'm going to talk about today is simply putting information before you that you wouldn't normally get through mainstream channels. It's not something that I'm trying to sell to you. It's not something I'm trying to get you to believe, because the world is drowning in fricking people standing up and telling others what they should think. Whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's science, whatever it is, medicine, we're constantly being told, this is how it is, you must believe it, and if you don't believe it, you're wrong. So all I'm doing tonight is putting information before you, and what you make of it not only doesn't matter to me, it's none of my sodding business what you make of what I say. It's your business. And so I just want to emphasize from the start that I'm not here to get you to believe anything. Just to say there is another way of looking at this thing called life and world events as we hurtle by the day, much more than ever appears in the mainstream media, towards Orwell's society. Gandhi said, an error does not become truth by reason of multiplied propagation, nor does truth become error because no one will see it. He also said, even if you are in a minority of one, the truth is still the truth. The truth is not something you believe, the truth is something that is. And it's your relationship to it that is the decision we make. Obviously, there are different versions of truth, and there's different ways of looking at life. But truth itself is not something we believe, it is something that we align with or don't align with. So, in short, if one person is standing up and saying something, it doesn't mean it's not true. Just because everybody seems to be saying the same thing doesn't mean it is true. There was a time when, if I'd have stood here centuries ago and said the earth was round, guy's a nutter. What are you talking about? And it's interesting that if you want to suppress someone's sense of what's possible, all you need to do overwhelmingly is to suppress the information they receive about what is possible. And then boom, box. So, the earth's not flat, it's a sphere. Level of information. You're mad. What about the people on the bottom? They fall off. Introduce more information. law of gravity. Ah! The apparently ridiculous now becomes possible. The difference between the two, the level of information. So he who controls information controls our sense of possibility. Hence what he was talking about. The world seems so utterly confusing. It seems so complex, so bewildering. What's this? What's that? How's that? What's going on? And the reason it seems so bewildering and so complex is because we lack the level of information in the mainstream, where most people get their information from, to understand what's going on and how the parts fit together. Because that's what I'm going to do tonight, and it's what I do in a massive way in this book, which is quite heavy, because things can look in isolation interesting. Oh yeah, what's going on here? Wonder what that's about. And why is he doing that? And what's this event here? Why has this happened? But when you go boom, 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 and connect the dots, suddenly, oh, so that's what's going on. Connecting the dots is absolutely crucial. And I started 20 years ago on a quest to understand two things. The nature of life. Who are we? What are we doing here? And who really controls world events and what we call society, and to what end? And of course we all start out with this complexity and this bewilderment, but when you start connecting the dots, what's going on becomes the proverbial elephant in the sodding living room. World events, overwhelmingly, the major ones that change society and move us in a certain direction, are not by accident but by design. I often hear people say, do you believe in the conspiracy theory of history or the cock-up theory? As if, like, you've got to choose. Some things that happen in the world are cock-ups, mistakes that people have made. Oh, didn't mean that. But within that are coldly calculated changes in society, which are now becoming daily so obvious, to take the power over the global state, because that's what they want, and that's what they're flying towards by the day, in the hands of a ludicrously few people. This is a famous saying, of course. All truth passes through three stages. First, it is ridiculed. I know that one. I got that one. Early 90s. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as self-evident. Again and again you see this process. And what's happening now, because when I started out talking about this nearly 20 years ago, like, I was talking to more chairs than bloody people. And on May the 24th, I'm talking at the Brixton Academy, 2,500 seats, was sold out 3 months in advance. Now, that is the difference, encapsulated really, in the way that more and more people are beginning to say, this is starting to make sense of the world. They're starting to see that the world is not just a little bit not like we thought it was, it is nothing like we thought it was.